Hello everyone. So today I'm going to show you how to clone a Git repository, which is basically a remote repository, and then start, source controlling with Git and collaborating with your team members. So first of all, in order to do that, you need to have a remote repository, maybe on any of the servers like GitHub or Bitbucket or Code Commit. There are many, TFS. There are many source repository providers. So it all depends on where you place your repository, and then we can start, you know, cloning the repository and start collaborating. So for this video, I have created a sample repository here in Bitbucket, and it just is it's a blank repository. It does it just has one file called git ignore and nothing else. So first of all, what we are going to do is we're going to clone this repository. In order to clone it, what we need is I'll click a clone link here. So there are two ways of cloning it actually, depending on the scheme. For example, SSH or HTTPS. HTTPS is an easier one, whereas the SSH is basically you create a key and then that key is added to your Git repository server, in your account, and only then you can, use that key, place that private key in your local system, and then use that to clone the repository. But for now, we will use HTTPS, which is the easier one. If you see that they have already given us this command, and if I just directly run this command, copy this command here, which actually starts with git clone and then the link of the repository. So you will also get a repository link which will end with .git. That means it's a Git repository link. And then all you have to do is, let's say you need to just open a new folder. Let's say I'm going to go here, sandbox, and let's say I'm going to open git bash here. And I've already shown you how you get this git bash by downloading the Git for Windows executable. And then all I have to do is just right click and paste the clone command. And this should create a new folder in my sandbox folder with the name sample repo. Here you see that it is created. And now I can just cd into sample repo, and here I am. I am in the master branch of my repository. So now if you see there is only one git ignore here, and this is the git, the hidden folder, which you don't need to worry about. So all your files are here in this folder now. So suppose uh, now what I can do is I can just open this folder in Visual Studio Code or start coding, or if you're not a coder, you can just start adding new files here. Let's say I can add a text file, which is like my file, and that file has some changes, and I would save it, and it is as good as handling it locally. So the way I showed you in the last video how you can commit a new change. So in this case, for example, I added my file, so I need to run those two commands like git add dot and git commit /m, and this is added my file. With these commands, I would say that my changes are committed to my local repository. They are not yet pushed to the remote repository. So if you go here and if you go in the commits section, you will not see any commit here. The one which I just did, if I see here, there is an extra commit, git log. You will see there is another commit which is git added my file, but it's not pushed to the remote repository yet. So in order to do that, you have to run one more command, and that is git push origin. And with that command, this time it's trying to send it to the server. So if I refresh the page now, you will see that there is another commit here, which will show you added my file. And this commit, if I go to the commit details, you will see that there is a new file, which is myfile.txt, which is being added, and it has got this text inside it, which is some changes. Also, if I go to the source now, and I'll be able to see this extra file here in the source. Look at this, my file, and I can click on it and I can see the contents of it here as well, some changes. So this is how you push your changes, clone a repository, which is the most, this is the most used technique because the repositories are created only once. Maybe I'll show you how to push a new repository to, your local repository to remote. Maybe that's for some other video, next video. But that's it for now. I mean, how to clone a Git repository and how to start collaborating. So I hope you liked this video. See you in the next video. Thank you.